The first witness, who is the linguist for the Dagomba chief in Ejura.
The witness will testify in Dagomba language. We have a Dagomba interpreter here. He's a court official. Mane Abdul-Wahab Alhassan. Mpona wone ye tosheni yele ngo yamanu kompo kan yele mbiye majire tuna onsomma
Please, can the witness tell the committee his name, his full name?
Abdul-Wahab Alhassan.
Your Lordship, my name is Abdul-Wahab Alhassan.
Where does he reside?
Yeplukat.
Mbiela Ejura.
I reside at Ejura.
Does he have any traditional role he's playing at Ejura?
Ejura, Bumbu, Agbangijin Lokajia.
Yamane Ejura Dagbambina Bennakambi Marine Ejura Dagbamba Wulara.
Lord, I'm the linguist for the Dagomba chief. Linguist for the.
Can he please tell the committee the name of the Dagomba chief himself?
Bambana Uyunma.
Dagomba Yambodi Alhaji Umar Hussaini. Alhaji Umar Hussaini.
Alhaj Umar Hussain is the name of the Dagomba chief.
Hussein or Husseini?
Hussein.
Thank you. Okay. Can he please tell the committee the general role that the Dagomba chief plays as an opinion leader in Ejura?
Ne anko yelte the bambuna bumboko nung the Ejura.
To ko contain chang mane bilugo unsurla tibati yaba ndayana kasure tiyaba tiba mba mampurselana kasure tiyaba tiba yab zabasna kasure tiyaba tiba ashanti hini yigafarya ajura kasure tibati yaba ajura kambon sina nana ifide in the second kansura kayin to sai to ngwa yamane wanyala nimbusu kunye ajura tagbambe na.
Well, the witness acknowledged the honorable members of the Ejura, and then including the Asante Hene and the Asante chief at Ejura. Then he is continuing to the effect that indeed the Dagomba chief is the traditional ruler of the Dagbani kingdom at Ejura.
To yaba mba tagbamna wajishe diboma to ko perge wanamda mperma kazan wazilitma ninkana tijini ntose yo tozanti komatima.
Indeed, the Dagomba chief ought to have been here, but he authorized me to come and stand in his stead and deliver this message to the commission.
To dranaya ka tuzo ka tumne kaman sarata da kana muninye tubono kaka to kapta to kumse tabama kul kaman wakane atandalma.
My Lord, we had a message that Kaka was dead and the Dagomba chief was informed accordingly.
Dinnan kabzona kabkate kumse tabadamna wakule kabene biane yidinga talata kubupia benno bompojang bozo nzonke tesasa wakabrene.
Lord, this message was delivered to the Dagomba chief on Monday, and they further told the Dagomba chief that the next day, which will be the Tuesday, they will bury him.
To biane nege asbashi katadan dang ni mane chende ntishia ungule tabadagomna.
So, Lord,
please, sorry, if you could let him hold on gradually. Yes, on the Monday, let's go back a bit.
That
he was informed on Monday.
The information was delivered to the chief on Monday.
You know that you are not supposed to sit to be doing your work. Stand up.
Yes, Your Lordship, I'm grateful. The Lordship is saying that the information was delivered to the Dagomba chief on Monday that Kaka is dead. For that matter, he will be buried on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, the chief and his elders proceeded to the house of Kaka, or where the funeral is being taken place.
Okay, so on that note, can it be presumed that Kaka was a Dagomba?
This only Antoyel to the Kakama, the Barinyo.
Kakama was tablet Dagomba, but I'm out tablet Dagomba.
Lord, he is not a Dagomba, but he is part of the Dagomba community. And he also lives in the Dagomba community.
So the Monday, if he can recollect, is he referring to the 26th June 2021? Or if he can give the date, if it's sure.
yun pishi da can yun pishin
Yes, my lord. The 26th of June.
Okay, let him go on.
To tenin bele ni mane ka ngunda gwamna ya musun kanuma ko ba'ala ngunna ma muto nkana ni mane ku yilmane ngune mutala muhammad nguma da gwamna ya musun kanuma ngunin da ba'ala da gwamna muto nkana ku yilmane.
So Lord, it was Murtala Muhammad, who is also a grandson of the Dagomba chief, who ride the Dagomba chief to the funeral place. Touch.
This kat po jang bai mun kumazo mun ya kaka ka buzon chang balane kalamna katinanga adua.
Also, when we got there, we offered prayers on the body of Kaka and took him to the cemetery.
So, may I ask, did the Dagomba chief himself go to the cemetery on that day?
The governor mama that child.
Da gwamna maman da bu can wara jira ku yilmane tun pujin wannan ga ka bayan zuwa ta so balane ka zuwa ta ka muna mun le balon ku yilmane.
Lord, the Dagomba chief himself did not go. After we offered the prayers, he waited for us at the funeral house, and the young men took him to the cemetery.
Did he himself also go to the cemetery?
Kama mami.
Mama man da bu can da fatan ba da gwamna zo ka shi ku yilmane.
Lord, I also did not go. I joined the Dagomba chief to wait for the rest who went to the cemetery.
He can go on, please.
To din nan ka bu can ta sakse ta mabima kallamna bin nan aduwa na ka ce yi su kule mun da gwamna ya ngoma nan balo in kuliya.
But also after his burial, he came back and we again prayed for him. And it was this same Murtala Muhammad who rode the Dagomba chief back to the house.
Please continue.
Tabishale te bama te yanguma ne bale te bama kunna yanga wanya katampune damdume wanzo ngena muyoto nyine murka changshale.
So Lord, when they were going to the house, the chief realized that there was chaos in town. So he warned the said Murtala Muhammad not to go anywhere. Sure. So Lord, the said Murtala Muhammad told the Dagomba chief that he's feeling hungry and wants to buy some food outside and come back in no time. Or immediately he turned back. In about 10 minutes, we had an information that he has been shot and he has been taken to the hospital.
Isa katibada gwamna ma ko tumbiya ne bolmana kan kana mun yamane inya won sham uzo nchama shitma tinya yamalnya be payamal.
So Lord, the Dagomba chief sent somebody to call me and told me that this is the information he has been told. So I should proceed to the hospital to ascertain the truth in it.
Yamale can you see in charge of the pane umpire causa kinkine umpulu in sonko to tambani.
Lord, I proceeded to the hospital, and when I got there, I saw that he was lying on the floor and had been covered with a cloth.
This is Kamwahi Dr. Piama ka Tiang Maboleno.
Lord, I inquired from the medical doctor at post at that time that what was wrong with my grandson.
When Yelma ni what did Dangwanyanga no Sapramama didn't hear.
And he told me that he got injured at the back and on his right ribs.
To Yamale, come pilgrim Male, this is how Konya Vene, can live one young ma, Carsinia Laudere to one younger, no Sapra, can I love Stinky Maple.
Lord, at that time, he was indeed dead. So I opened the cloth to ascertain the truth. And indeed, he was injured at the right rib, and then at the back.
This is a man here, Doctor Ncha Mabima Wakane, come from Wulakatian, Nzo Kulbe Wulakayan.
I then inquired from the doctor that indeed my grandson is dead. So can we take him home, or what should we do?
Doctor Onyaban in a pan solo. The
doctor told me to exercise restraint. He wants to conduct some examination on him, and after he is done, he will allow us to take him away.
Torisa kan injipanga ka Dr. Tiama nina kiman shama wodan lime intiti banka tazantu kumakule ama nakiman nang shama wo ta'ala mamma no zamatu nyafre no Dr. Ma to din kana shama tazantu kumkule.
Lord, so the doctor waited a while and saw how the young men were behaving. He told us that from the behavior of the young men, he had wanted to conduct some examination, but from the behavior of the young men, he can't no more continue with that examination. So we should take the body away.
May I ask, since he said he was at the hospital himself, did he get to know what kind of behavior the doctor was talking about, which had to make him release the body?
Ne amama bada be hospital man. So bula pa Dr. Mali na kan na chimbi man nang ko ya na chimbi man nang shamazo zamia yang makule.
Yamane ne chantinya ne kimanda nang shama kanyele vurka kuyara che ka tsantu ku etikuma kule vurun kunyale nchaka tenshmani be doctor do shema wayen yan no yemma go ni nlitu kuma tan titi nchaya barna nutum mani.
Lord, there I went out and I saw the young men. They were making noise and the place was unsettled, so that he is already dead. Let us take our body away. They were just making noise at that place. So the doctor saw that there was tension brewing at that place, for which reason he said we should take the body away.
Now, may I also ask, as the linguist of the Dagomba chief, he is an opinion leader. Did he get to know why the young men were so agitated at the hospital?
Nta kame nung shama nta hadin da tinan ka marfuma timme nku nakin ma shama dirin da yisi sukum za sohe ka binung shama.
Lord, because of the gunshots, that was why they were so agitated and were misbehaving that way.
Torisa katakpo unkuna ntawe tabama tabamna ngwento ne repata tsumo kom kano sitra nzo chang tisasa kabrin.
Lord, so we brought him to the house and showed his body to the Dagomba chief. He then authorized us to bath him and then gave him his cloth, that is the white cloth, and go and bury him.
To entaya ka taranang musulinsi nitunetinang sham katrazon chang tisase wakabrone kakuna tenang adu wakaworo.
So Lord, we then also offered prayer as Islamic religion demands on him, went and buried him, came back home and prayed for him.
Terozo mbada bamna wanzang zilin sheltama ninkanati yalti zamatum balama komatima uzo yatoma targumbala.
So my Lord, this is the message that I was entrusted with by the Dagomba chief to come and deliver to this commission.
Now, does he know or not whether there were other persons who were also injured apart from the chief's grandson?
Ne ayi muntala Muhammad ma shabme da jida be am
Nda changan te page kaso pala bedozo ko gada ko nya velne kana kenin vo shabme banjaja danse nda nyedinza.
Lord, I also saw another person who was also injured and dead at that time. And there were others who were injured, but they were alive.
Now, does he personally or the chief, if they got to know how this gunshot of Muntala was sustained?
Ne ame dencha muntala da jila dama be marfamada nyoma.
To yamawuna nda kana ntubu hambada wana waya ne wanzo yuku yilmanna bima yulumeno nchamate ntabanjero muye muka chantu yugi to minti pi kapkati yo ninzoma lanka onya ninzoma de don do ashitene nchamtinya kana tantinya ntinya karnyira walanka onya velne.
Lord, the Dagomba chief told me that immediately he brought him to the house, he told him that he was going to buy food. And when he went out, about 10 minutes later, that he received an information, the Dagomba chief received an information that his grandson has been shot and he has been taken to hospital.
I wanted to know if he knows himself or the chief as an opinion leader from what incident, what was happening, that gunshot, he sustained this gunshot.
So yamanguna mangkan mana tenda yi kuyin mana ka bene tampunu dama tazada kulla yama yo man da kanya bin shadin da ce ka birmata kamana.
My Lord, when we were returning, there was chaos in town. So for me, I went to the house and they also went to the house. So I cannot tell specifically why, because I wasn't there.
Now, before this chaos began, was the chief and his elders informed, or did they get any knowledge that something of that sort was going to happen?
Yamanguna mbadogum na bayelma bikanati yelongo mangbada bugum bebe kanati yelongo bebe shadam tampune to de tinne nyashel nyala tin yukuyil manna katanungum ne tampune damya katan zakulti yama.
Lord, no one informed the Dagomba chief that they were going to do anything. It was when we were returning that we saw that there was chaos in town. So we didn't want to stay in town. So we all went to our various houses.
So, may I find out, when the chief and his others returned to the house, and they had already got to know about some rioting going on, did he know whether the chief did anything about it?
Yamane tinla un tampun damema tiranin lashire yatellam kabon na kiumana tabadabum na tuni ko banwayen yelbasham to lashire katrana trale biyina trale bonira taba ntube katumne kuma kamana.
Lord, when we heard there were chaos in town, we were inviting ourselves to plan how to call the young men and advise them. And we were not successful that we heard that his grandson had been shot.
So, can he tell us currently how is the place like?
Oh, mune bedah baraka pamadah baraka Ejura kamonna nana video ne second dah baraka ne pamadah baraka umpongo yito shalla kare ay kana do man ba bin shada non tamane so do kana
with the help of authorities there was calm in town as we speak.
Okay, thank him for us, and let him know that the panel members may ask him some questions.
Mr. Abdul-Wahab Alhassan, the committee would like to extend its condolences to the Dagomba chief and his people for their loss.
Yamane ngumia chang nepotaba.
Lord, he said that he will extend your message.
Yes, you have narrated the message from the Dagomba chief to us. We thank you for conveying the message accurately as the Dagomba chief gave to you. But we would like to ask one or two for clarification's sake. One or two questions.
the fire from the bumping and the Zanzil shell to an no car and not fire. Money, no more bosses, Zai Kabiza, the Bay Nanda.
You are free to express your own opinion, or if you think you can speak for the Dagomba chief when a question is asked, feel free to answer. If you think you cannot answer the question for him, let us know.
I'm among no me unto yell. Dinjara the Bambana mean yara unto yella. I'll be me unto yell.
Is there anything that you would like the committee to note so that we can make adequate recommendations in view of all the incidents that have unfolded in Ejura?
Ne yatwashal dem pa Ejura ma. Amma yatwashal din yel committee ma. Bi yanzan nang sharka di cheka sudu kana ni mani.
To wani taba tabamna dahal barka ne wato ne Ejura dahal barka nti habra kana ntapwe taba da gwamna kadan ba mangwe gwamnati ne yeba nation to nti taba da gwamna da zan zil shel yelba to nti hadin kale yele.
I'm already saying that you came and then met the Dagomba chief and then he greeted you and there is something that he told you and he will want to add that one.
Ni da gwamna ni yeba ni kanati mviye tongoma wa diba mutabel kama ba maliyal ma.
He said the Dagomba chief said that the president hasn't commissioned you to investigate this matter. He has also affirmed that you are going to say the truth.
Banyala nimvo karashele tengba wan kabumniba kabumine kama banyi ku yele to shele yamana nyale.
You are all elderly or superiors within the country. So whatever you will say will be affirmed by the whole Ghana.
Ndaji mko yaba ne bumul kabidi government TV na akufa do bodi hovi.
I was sitting there when the Dagomba chief said that be careful not to disgrace the president.
Bume bidi ba manfi.
And don't disgrace yourselves as well.
Bidi Ghana za havi.
Don't disgrace the country, which is Ghana.
Bunyen nan sham kasudu kana Ejura ashanti region zaha ne Ghana zaha bunama.
Whatever you will do to bring peace to the whole Ghana, Shanti region and Ejura for that matter, you have the mandate.
So mbadogomna ndaji mkoda yela toma denkan line level yel ntabagoma.
I was there when the Dagomba chief told you this, and this is what I'm repeating. So that is all that I have to say.
Yes, Mr. Abdul-Wahab Alhassan. On behalf of the committee, we would like to assure you, meaning that assure the Dagomba chief, the people of Ejura, and the people of Ghana, that whatever information, evidence that has been given to us as a committee, we will do justice to it, and we want to assure you once again that the truth will always be told.
So come there, bang Yamamauna, Biakam, Yelle, the Zo Arch and Yell the Babuna. So come there, Yamama, be Yamama.
Yamane Mpaya, Ngumia, Nan Somba.
God, we are grateful.
Abdul-Wahab Alhassan.
Yes, sir.
The chairman has already, through you, asked to be sent to the chief our condolences. We feel it just like you feel it. So you tell the chief, we feel it. Tell him again that the admonition he gave us, which you have reiterated here, as the chairman has assured, we will do that. And we need the support of everybody, including yourself. So even from here, If there is anything you think you forgot and you want us to know, you can call, you can write. All right?
Ne acha ni ya da na wanda ya rike to shalma don ba jitabe ya mama na bi yalle kaman wanda ya shamma no ne be pa ya pam da zo din ya da sharbiya ne ka dam ayi pewon ba an to lan la bi am to sabna.
All right, but so that we come to the bottom of this issue and ensure that it never happens again, I'd like to ask just some few questions. Kindly, what is the general atmosphere with the youth in Ejura?
Pumpon na chimbima achang ajura wula kara bahal be wula ka ajura be pumpon
to pilgo ne na shel tiba ka sudu kana ajura nyela ye toma ban firma be cika yama gina to ma pumpon ajo tan ban punu na sudu kana nta be shakam lan kane ai kana ba de mamba to to sheda nan ya ajura ma.
My Lord, as we speak, there is calm in Ejura town, as if nothing happened. But I want to reiterate that whatever you are doing, let the truth be told. That is all that we are interested in.
At the point you said the chief, the Dagomba chief, wanted to call for car, wanted to talk to the youth, but he couldn't. It worries me a little. Why do you think he couldn't?
Yenda here tumpuni inchanya kinya ka kibeki wumne tumpuni damyama ida yanne ibwane ilamne kabona chimbi ma kula zo kida butu lam mbolba
yamale ma naibiane kama pambalba kay toshete kana sheki lan taba injin ba shawara poi kana ban yen nan sha zo la shawara pun ka tebe tinaba lam ta wamna ma tun bare yirmina ka tumne marfana me.
My Lord, a chief had to consult his elders whenever something happens. So he had invited his elders and we had not even met in order to even consult ourselves for views when the incident happened.
My final, but it's not even a question but admonition. I mean, I want to appeal to you, the Chief General. You see, in such situations, if you want justice, then we must all help to bring justice. If you destroy evidence, there will be no justice. So what happened at the hospital, for example, if in future the chief can, I mean, you need to have those, how do you call it, dialogues with the youth to know that if our anger destroys evidence, then the bad guys will always go scot-free. So there should have been patience at the hospital for autopsy or something for the doctors to get evidence. So this is an admonition. It's not a question. So in future, the youth, the chief, all must help in creating an atmosphere where we can get evidence. Thank you. I have no question.
Ne ombone ozanzil shalam pa kama biane kama danta dinya la yetu ashalla yilam ila isi pamia so domin ne hospital ma anya shamma na chimbi ma ne da nan shamma zo che ka doctor ma da bin nan wanda abu no tuntu shamma wanda abu to amma dinya la biri pasuro di pasha doctor ma da nan to tuntu shawo ne bono tumma kar to buti ne kama nda ku ye ma amma na chimbe ma da nan shamma zo da abu to tun da tuma da zo ne kaman tim vir ya to ama bana ne ya to ashe bia kan bi sha kan bia to sonti da zo di nyara yibi to check out doctor ma tun o ma dan to check out ya to ama shelf flu de kuto ina be ya ma special kar kuto ina da zo di nyara de jan bi sha ka into yelba na chimbe ma ka paso ma wuya
na yabanin wumiya Ni jani tede wamna lahba.
Lord, I'm grateful, and I will extend this message to the
Numpuya kapai.
I'm grateful, my Lord.
I too sent my condolences to the Dagomba chief and to the entire family. What I'd like to ask is about the young grandson of yours who has died. Was he married? And what kind of work was he doing? This will help our committee in making some recommendations.
Ne Muntala Muhammad Ma Wadamal Pa Tumbuko Tuna.
Yamane dawamna yang ma waraka pa. Otuma Daniela Omuno Master Obiro Master Sambuano Tuma Mutafita Kura Buhanda.
Lord, he was not married, but he was a motor mechanic and even an apprentice. Yes.
We would like to thank you for coming to inform the committee the message from the chief of Dagomba. We appreciate your evidence. We will give it consideration, and any appropriate recommendation, we will include it in our report. We thank you. Going back to Ejura, may Allah take you safely to Ejura.
Amen. To numpuya kapa.
Lord, we are grateful.
And we have the second witness. Do you know the name?
Hello, the second witness, a rep from the Abdul Nasir Yusuf family.
Nasiru Yusuf family. Yes, sir.
Lord, the witness has opted for Hausa language.